Welcome to week 2 of the New Move Challenge. We are now working on the what. Dr. Marcia of Move with Marcia here, your friendly neighborhood physical therapist and certified yoga teacher. We are on week 2 of the New Move Challenge in celebration of my book, which comes out on August 13th. So by the time we round out the 4th week, the book will come out and you'll be ready to go hard, to go full force. Dive in. You got your toes wet with this challenge and now you're ready to get it. Great. Anyways, so we are on week 2. How this video is going to work is I will talk through the prompts and then I will serve as a quick body double for 3 minutes as I do it and then share my reflections at the end. If you don't need to do that, or you don't really want to do it like right now in this format, you can skip ahead for the reflections. Do whatever you want. I don't care. It's your challenge. I'm just giving the prompts. You do what you wish with it. So let's talk about it. Week 2, the what. Week 1 was the why. We thought about what new moves we can do, where we can do it, if we had any limiting beliefs that we might need to unpack, where do they come from, right? And now we're on week 2. So week 2, we're going to commit. Pick the thing. What new thing are you doing? It's time to go. We're doing it. So have your new movement in mind. And again, whether it's something big and global and expensive or something small and specific and short, up to you, what you have access to, energy-wise, time-wise, whatever-wise, you get it. So for week 2, we're going to focus on number 1, what do you need to be able to do the move? What skills, what range of motion, what do you need? What do you need to be strong at, right? Like what's going to set you up for success in literally doing the movement? That's number 1. Number 2, what are your current strengths in these areas and in general? Because you might have something that really is not specific to this, like you don't care if you look stupid when you try new things. Like that's a strength. So you can list that as well. Number 3, what areas could use work for you? Like what might you need to focus on? And number 4, what resources can you use to address these areas and what could use some work and love, right? So that is week 2, the what of the New Move Challenge. So let's get started. If you're going to do it with me right now, you know the vibes. I'm going to get a song on for myself, licensed music. It's going to have to be a secret. It's not a secret. It's Don Toliver still. And this is a good time for you to pause the video and get set up if you're not set up already. So if you don't know, now you know, there is a free PDF on my website if you want something in your hands or on your iPad or whatever, or you can do voice notes, or you could just write down simple words on freeform. You could write paragraphs. I don't care. Whatever works for you. Okay? Great. All right, I got my jams. I got my timer. We're going to do 3 minutes on the clock because you unpause the video if you paused it. And we're going. We got a minute and a half left. Seconds. Alrighty, I don't know why my timer just did a weird thing where it went off and was like, we're good here. We're not. The timer's the timer. That was weird. Anyways. Okay, body doubling over, writing time over. So, here are my insights. I'm happy to share with the class. Okay, so week 1, I said pole dance, bachata, rock climbing, handstands. I'm gonna stick with pole dance, right? I think rock climbing might just be too expensive and also hard. And you'll find out why. I'll get to it in this thing. Anyways, everything is hard, right? I can do hard things. You can do hard things. That's not what I meant. I mean, that's beyond my capacity. Okay. List the needed skills and motions for the new move for pole. Pole dancing. So definitely going to need some form of grip strength and core strength. It's a lot of like, like literally looks like CrossFit rope climbing when you're doing up and down the pole, and like they stay up there with like squeezing body parts. So that's nuts. Which also means you're going to need some body awareness and also some like conditioning and some sort of cardiovascular endurance. So things that will help me when it comes to pole, my current strengths in those areas and like in general. I got a strong upper body already from doing overhead work thanks to strongman and Olympic weightlifting. Pretty okay core, although I have been falling off on like core work. And I am comfortable, although I did mention like my insecurity in terms of being the only sweaty, like huff and puffing person. I am comfortable like in front of an audience. If that makes sense. Because of powerlifting, like you compete on a stage, you know, like strongman, like people are looking at you. So I am comfortable with that aspect of it, except just in those environments, like body and vibe-wise, I was like in line with it, how everybody else looked. So that's the difference. But like I'm okay with public speaking and stuff like that. And I think you need that for something like pole because you gotta show up half booty butt naked. So you could stick to the pole and stuff. Well, you don't have to. You could buy sticky leggings, whatever. And then people are watching you. There's mirrors, right? Like that could be a thing. So I'm strong on that. And I'm pretty good at knowing my body in terms of what is strong, what's not, and what I can and can't do. Because honestly, sometimes because I'm strong, I go into these group classes and instructors get really excited and then push me, which leads to an area that can use work. We'll talk about that in a second. My other strength is breath work. I'm really good with controlling my breath, thanks to yoga. All right, so what areas could do work? I know my body, but sometimes I do still do too much too soon, especially if people are hyping me up, or especially like if I'm just having fun and I don't really feel that it's hard, if that makes sense. So that bites me in the butt a lot. So pacing myself, even if it feels good in the moment, like remembering this is new, I might not be able to get up tomorrow. That could use work. My grip strength could also use work, and my coordination, which is why I don't think rock climbing is for me. My grip is very bad. My left side is very weak. Like I can't even do like this on my left hand, you know? That's kind of important. So that's why I dropped the rock climbing idea. It's okay. But it is still needed with pole, but at least everything else is strong for me, so maybe it won't be so bad. I could use some work in coordination, and I haven't really been working on exercises that are like dynamic and require steps and movement. I've been doing things that are pretty still, squats, deadlift, you know? My base support doesn't change. I don't have to remember steps, but I have been doing a lot of social dancing. So I have learned how to dance Lindy Hop. I started Charleston, that was a little hard for me. Blues dancing. So like, I'm getting a little bit better with knowing where my body is, but there's room for improvement, but because I have nerve damage, like I'm always gonna be more behind than most people. Other thing I could use work is hydration and like preparing nourishment wise, just because I'm somebody that needs a lot of salt and sugar to get through my day normally. So if I'm gonna add a demand where I'm super sweaty and working hard, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for that. Because for lifting, I take salt tablets and drink Gatorade with extra electrolytes in it just on a daily basis. So I gotta figure out what am I gonna need to make sure I'm still ahead on hydration. Also, vestibular spinning, my inner ear is not that great. There's a lot of spinning in poles. I'm gonna have to like work on that. Maybe go to the park and swing a little bit. I don't know. Dance in circles. I don't know. I gotta work on that. All right, last prompt. What resources could I use? For sure, I'm going to go online and like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and find plus size pole dancers or just pole dancers that are not entirely tiny, skinny like me, you know, the thick girls. But I do also have a great resources in terms of a lot of my powerlifting buddies have gotten into pole. So I can always ask them for help because they know what I've been through and like what I understand from powerlifting and how to translate that and like the things to work on and not work on. Like you know, I'm trying to emulate their journey. So I can talk to them about things for sure. And even just like where to buy stuff, like what kind of clothes can I wear? You know, are there any hacks or like items that I should have for recovery? That could be a good resource. Also, the studio that I found, shout out to Kinky Cardio, they also have like a group chat. So I could also talk to the group chat. The instructor Orchid is available, and Alexandria is always available. So I could talk to them if I have questions or concerns outside of the class time. So that's a good resource. I also think just time-wise, calendar, block-offs would help me because I don't wear heels. I didn't list that in what could use work, but I don't really wear heels that much. And when I do, they're usually like chunky heels. So pole is like 6-inch and up heels and like stilettos. So you're basically on your tiptoes. I don't have the strongest ankles to begin with. So I might need to set some reminders or block off time on my calendar just to practice like walking in the heels so I don't bust my butt. So those are my answers for week 2, the what in the new move challenge. So go forth and prosper. Go try the thing. Go do the thing. It's time to do the thing. Explore it. And then we'll come back and chat some more in week 3 with some more thoughts and reflections and thinking. And if you haven't pre-ordered Movement for Everybody yet or got a hold on your library yet, what are you doing? Anyways, thanks for joining me on this challenge. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed and you also hit the little ding bell after the subscribe button so you know when I upload. You don't want to miss it. Love you, bye.